KUGAN, CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global at the O2 Arena, joined by Mr. David Haye. Yeah, a very negative Senad Gashi tonight, kind of.
It was.
Spoiled the fight a little.
Yeah, like his last fight was negative against Carlos Takam, but everybody assumed it was because he'd only had a few days' notice, so he was just trying to survive. He had a full camp this time, and unlike the 17 of his knockout victories, he didn't really engage. He turned southpaw and was moving around rather negatively and didn't engage in battle in any way, shape or form. So it really just made a stinker of a fight, and not what we wanted. We wanted Derek to go out there and put on a great performance. He was fit, he was strong, he was ready to go to war, but you need two to tango, and unfortunately, saying that Gashi had other ideas. It seemed like he just wanted to hear the final bell and not really go out on his shield.
So obviously our conversations leading into tonight were a lot obviously centred around this Anthony Joshua thing, but you did say to me the other day, it all depends kind of how the fight goes, not just the win.
Yeah, this fight was screened live on DAZN, so this was like the perfect place for him to put on a great performance to get the American fight fans excited. That won't really excite the American fans, but you know he got back into the change room and carried on training. He was on the bike, and he's back in training, I think Tuesday, and in his mind he's preparing to fight on June 1st. You know, it's it's probably a long shot, but you know, if they can't get an opponent, Derek's ready. He's willing. His hands are good. He's got no damage facially, physically. We just kind of use this fight possibly as a 10-round spar. He's had watched him have a lot harder sparring sessions than this. You know, I watched him. He did I think 8 rounds with Dave Allen about 10 days ago. And that was a real good spar. You know, both throwing plenty of leather, both exciting, but you know, a bit frustrating. But you know, I obviously also want to hope and wish Senad Gashi well. I saw he got stretched out of the O2 Arena tonight with oxygen. He seemed conscious, but I hope he makes a full recovery.
Yeah.
I don't know what shots he didn't look like he got hit with too much clean, so that kind of gives you hope that he's going to make a full recovery. But it was sad to see a tough guy like that get sort of stretch it out. But no, that's unfortunately the sport we're in. But you know, Derek Chisora, he's back training, he's ready to go. And if you put him in the ring with anyone, all you got to do is watch Derek's fight before this one when he fought someone like Dylan White who came to fight, or the fight before that. You know, Carlos Takam. If you come to fight, Derek Chisora will rise to the occasion. This guy unfortunately didn't want to engage, and it just ended up being a bit of a stinker.
If nothing comes of June the 1st, then is that date that was announced tonight for Dylan White to fight here on July 20th, is that the next potential date for Derek?
Well, possibly. You know, he's got to look at his options, see what's out there. But at the moment, he's got his eyes fixed on that June 1st Madison Square Garden date. Obviously, any fighter.
How realistic is this, David?
I'd say after that performance, I'd say.
You said 50-50 the other day.
I said 50-50, so it's a lot less than that. I'd say maybe 20 to 25%. But I don't know who else is in the runnings. I'm hearing lots of people saying this fighter is saying he needs more time. This guy is scheduled to fight this guy. There's not that many options, which is a good thing for Derek. But it's it's a waiting game. But Derek isn't waiting around. He's gonna, as I said, he finished off in there. He did a load of training after the fight, which I've never really heard of, because he wants to just keep the engine going. He just considered it. He said, I just assumed that was just a 10-round spar. Let me get ready and keep going. So come June 1st, he's in the best possible shape. He'll be in better shape than he was tonight, obviously, and he'll be ready to go. So he was gutted for the fans, because he's here to entertain. He had a lot of fans out there screaming war Chisora, but the other guy didn't want to go to war, unfortunately.
It started off relatively okay. The first couple of rounds looked like they were quite lively.
The guy turned southpaw and you thought he was going to do something, but then I think once the guy felt the power, a few of the body shots, he kind of switched off, and he didn't really want to just get involved. You know, self-preservation kicked in.
Well, we know whatever's going to happen regarding Joshua will be decided next week, so it's literally another probably 4 or 5 days before kind of the picture is clear on all fronts.
Nobody knows. It's up in the air. No, it's just a shame. If that was a barnstormer, the guy came out and really had a go and caught Derek, and Derek caught him, and he had 5 or 6 rounds of good action. the Americans would have been salivating, and they would have said, okay, why doesn't he just fight him? That didn't happen, unfortunately, but Derek, everybody knows Derek. All you got to do is watch 2 rounds of the fight before this one, and you'll know, this guy is a genuine. This guy rises to the occasion when someone comes at him, and Anthony Joshua does come at you. He's as big and as scary as a heavyweight comes, and I think that'll bring the best out in Derek. So, fingers crossed.
David Haye, thank you very much for your time, as always, this week, and we'll look forward to next week. So it's got to be announced. So
something's got to be announced, yeah.
We'll wait and see. Thank you very much, David Haye.